It is time now for all things current California politics. Our guest is Rich Ehisen, editor-in-chief of Capital Weekly. Rich, this is the week we've been focusing on over a year now. All the polls, the dropping in and out of candidates. Let's start with the governor's race. Are you surprised Steve Hilton is doing as well as he's doing? He's in the lead.
Well, not really. I mean, I think at the end of the day, primaries are, they tend to draw the party that's angry. And in this case, it's probably Republicans. How much endurance he's going to have is still up to be seen. Also, there was only really one challenger for him on the Republican side, whereas, the Dems, as we've talked about ad nauseum, a lot of vote splitting there. So no, not really surprised.
Okay, so if November finds Hilton against Javier Becerra, how does Hilton, because he this week addressed people post-election, hey, I'm here for you kind of thing. How does he move to the middle to perhaps have a chance to win this race?
Well, that's the ticket for everybody. You've got to get to the middle because you got to get independents. Now, obviously, Dems have a much larger registration than Republicans do in this state. But you got to get them to turn out. And that has been a problem with Dems for quite a while now. So, independents tend to turn out, especially in these kinds of elections. So he's going to have to pull away a little bit from the president because right now he's kind of, riding that coattail, but that's not a good coattail here in California. And especially as gas is inching towards $6.50, almost $7 a gallon. They can blame the Dems for that, but that's not really how most people see it.
Tom Steyer seemed to be right there in the polling right up until we started casting ballots. Yet right now, he's not that close.
Yeah.
Are you surprised that he was not more of a factor?
Well, we're kind of in an anti-billionaire frame of mind across the country right now. And, I think also there's probably some hesitation about somebody who has not actually served in government before. And, there's also just the fact that, again, the billionaire thing is not going over well with people because they look at it as him trying to buy the election. We saw the same thing with Saikat Chakrabarty going after the Nancy Pelosi seat in San Francisco. Spent $10 million of his own money, and he's not going to November.
Okay, let's talk about insurance commissioner, the race for that. How important is it to be the insurance commissioner in terms of our insurance policies? Jane Kim is in the lead.
Yeah. Well, after Prop 103, several years ago, it's incredibly important. In fact, I think a lot of people now are supporting the possibility of doing something to try to make it an unelected position again. But at the end of the day, I have friends in the insurance industry who are absolutely not happy with the idea of Jane Kim being the insurance commissioner. I have other friends who are absolutely thrilled that could happen. Again, we're in a little bit of the anti-corporate mindset in this country. So that one is one everybody is watching extraordinarily closely.
Okay, looks like the two will be going off into November. Rich
Ehisen.
Ehisen.
It does seem like that.
Yeah, Rich Ehisen, Capital Weekly editor-in-chief. Rich, thank you.